Chase Wright, and the Halloween Spooktacular from the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center, all at the Newberry for this year. And we look at our nightlife that's heating up again for the weekend, and more events, all Halloween themed and more, for your Wednesday, October 22nd. If you live in Great Falls, or if you just love Great Falls, this is your show. A service of Kellertainment Talent Productions and Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. This is your Great Falls Daily Connection for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. I'm your host, Steve Keller, from here in Great Falls. Also, I've been on the stage with the Steve Keller Band and Metal Steel, our 80s hair metal tribute show, and other bands, including the Castle Reefers and Willie Puffett and other bands, including, yes, even Lights, LYTZ, the band from high school, that we may come together again for another performance. We'll see what happens. I've been in touch with all the guys. So anyway, this is what's going on for your Wednesday. We have a great concert. Chase Wright, up-and-comer country star. He's at the Newberry. Tickets are still available for that. Other nightlife that's heating up for this evening includes Joe Ryan at the Halftime Sports Bar, Chuck Fulcher, as always, at the Max Casino at the Heritage Inn, 1700 Fox Farm Road. There's an open jam in Great Falls in the West Side at the Frontier Inn. And other events going on for today, including opening up again for the AAUW book sale. The digital literacy workshop at the library teaches people how to use computers and email. That's at 2 o'clock. And for those interested, the Transit District Board meeting is going on tonight at 7 o'clock. There's also bingo at the Hideout Lounge. That's a weekly bingo night, which is pretty cool. So that's a look at what's going on for today on this Wednesday, October 22nd. By the way, it's National Nut Day. Sometimes you feel like a National Nut Day and sometimes you don't. And it's also Scar Appreciation Day. Now, I can appreciate these scars right here, right here. That's when I got born. Forceps. Anyway, Scar Appreciation Day. So mark the occasion by appreciating the mark you got that one occasion. Thank you. Coming up tomorrow, another list of events here in the Great Falls area. The Stadium Sports Bar has the Castle Reefers for live music, and that happens to be myself and Derek French and Lisa Gaskell. Once in a while, I think tomorrow night, my daughter Caitlin will join me. She is the manager of the Children's Receiving Home here in Great Falls, and they're looking for people to help out. So if you're interested in having a part-time job where you can help out kids, check them out, the Children's Receiving Home. Also, the History Museum and Research Center's Bootlegger Ball is coming up for Friday. That'll be cool. And the Ozark Club event room turns into a secretive speakeasy starting at 6 p.m. Crosstown football Friday night at Memorial Stadium, Great Falls High and CMR. That starts at 7 o'clock. And there's also all the live music we have going on from the Sip and Dip for the weekend. Joe Corda will be there Friday and Saturday. Rick Tryon at the Halftime Sports Bar. The Frontier Inn has Allegedly Red at 7 o'clock Friday night. The Celtic Cowboy with Eric Fingers Ray at 6. And the Do Bar has 50 Watt Sun. And the Beacon Ice House Friday night. The Alcagene Jam Band starting at 9 o'clock. Now, the Scare Away Hunger Food Drive is at Sam's Club coming up Friday, a food collection event hosted by the Great Falls Community Food Bank. The Central Montana Transportation Study presentation will be Friday, 11 a.m. at the Commission Chambers. It's a public meeting held by the Cascade County Commission. Coming up Friday night, the Great Falls Americans hockey game against the Sheridan Hawks. That'll be at 7:05. They're also playing Saturday. UP Volleyball, University of Providence against Dickinson State. That'll be at 6 o'clock coming up Friday night. You're invited to that. At 801 2nd Avenue North, the Great Falls Rec Center has the Community Halloween Carnival with games and art and a costume contest and prizes. That's $5 to get in and an additional $5 for the haunted house. Saturday at the Sip and Dip, Joel Corda again, Allegedly Red, playing at the Frontier Inn Saturday night. And the Do Bar's Freakers Ball. Yeah, if you're into that, that starts at 5 o'clock all the way through the night. Saturday is our Empty Bowls fundraiser for the YWCA. It'll be held at the University of Providence, an annual nonprofit fundraiser, and you get a simple meal, and you get to keep and take home the handmade bowl. There is a Electric City Dice and Cosplay at the Montana Expo Park. They're having their convention. That's coming up this weekend, focused on tabletop games, dice, and costume play. That'll continue Sunday. The Scare Away Hunger food drives, literally, I saw a squirrel over there, and I looked over there, literally a squirrel moment. Sorry about that. I'm in my office with the windows open. Hey, if you like that, hey, there's more squirrels to come. The Scare Away Hunger food drive is at Sam's Club. That's going on Saturday all day. And you'll have the Fright Fest coming up Saturday night from 6 till 9 at Montana Expo Park in the Exhibition Hall. That's a community event promoting a sober and safe Halloween celebration. And there's even something for the pets. At 1401 Northwest Bypass, the Basset Hound Howl-O-Ween, a fun, pet-friendly Halloween-themed gathering. Then Great Falls Americans Hockey Saturday night, again at the Iceplex, playing the Yellowstone Quake at 7 o'clock. Also Saturday, the National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, officially. And that's ensuring that the drugs and medications that we've had that were given to us, they're disposed of properly. You can't stick them down the toilet. It doesn't work that way. Freakers Ball, like I said, that is going to be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 8 hours of nonstop music from Demon Doll, Plague of Aces, Friends of Mine, and others. There's also the Night for the Gold Masquerade Ball at the Heritage Inn Saturday night. There's dancing and dining and silent auction. 50-50 tickets, by the way, so it's a chance to win real money. $75 a person, $100 per couple, $500 to sponsor a table that seats 8. All the proceeds will benefit the Montana Rush Youth Soccer. And Saturday night, the Bootlegger Ball. It's a night over at the History Museum where I just spilled a little coffee over here on my computer, so I'm writing that off. It's the annual Jazz Night event. It's Saturday night, and you're invited to that. You can get your tickets. Sponsored by the Celtic Cowboy and D.A. Davidson and JCCS. There's $65 for members, non-members $80, and it's a great experience for people from all ages. The Ghouls and Goblins Craft Show is at the Mansfield Convention Center, put on by the Great Falls Farmers Market Saturday from 9 till 5. And there's a coat drive Saturday from 9 till 3 at Super One Foods on the west side of town, collecting new and gently used coats for the Great Falls Rescue Mission. As we get closer to Halloween and past that, I will let you know what we have here in Great Falls, but that's enough for now, don't you think it ought to be? And then Sunday, the Halloween Spooktacular, the 4th annual. This time it'll be at the Newberry because of the closure of the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center due to the government shutdown, which is in its, how many days now? It's at the Newberry, though, Sunday. Pop on by and celebrate. It's for the young and the young at heart. Free Casper's Spooky Crafts, free treat bags for all costumed kids 1 through 16. And this is going on from noon till 4 at the Newberry. So there you go. That's what's going on for this weekend's events. And we also have news, local news and national news, and what else is going on. But before we do that, let's talk about Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio. And they have something new. They mentioned that they have an update. Starting October 27th, next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the noon hour, there's yoga and weights. And then Tuesday and Thursday, 6 a.m. in the morning, it's Wake Up and Flow and come feel what it's all about. Where, as crazy as it sounds, learning to relax does take practice. That's part of the yoga practice. And I love it, and I hope you do too. It makes you feel better. Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio in the 2J's Complex. If you want to learn about yoga, they have a great 8-week introduction to yoga class that I recommend. HarmonyInTheFallsYoga.com. Harmony in the Falls Yoga Studio here in Great Falls. The Great Falls Daily Connection local headlines for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Here's what you need to know. A vehicle crashed into Toby's House Crisis Nursery in Great Falls shortly after 2 p.m. yesterday. What happened was there was an unsafe lane change by one driver. It forced a second vehicle off the street into the building. The kids and staff are safe. No one in either vehicle was seriously injured. The crisis nursery is going to be closed until further notice, and already on Facebook there are people wanting to raise money for Toby's House. They provide short-term care for kids to help prevent child abuse and neglect in our community, and I really appreciate that. So the Montana Highway Patrol has wrapped up a successful week-long drug interdiction operation in Butte, working alongside federal partners. MHP troopers made a total of 34 arrests and seized a significant amount of illegal substances, including 25 grams of fentanyl powder. Troopers also confiscated over $75,000 in illicit cash, and they're saying they're proud to get drugs and criminals off Montana streets. A kitchen fire caused significant damage to a Great Falls house yesterday morning, the 200 block of 29th Street North. Smoke damage throughout the house. Nobody was harmed. They were all able to escape safely. They're investigating right now. In state news, state laws are now impacting which can be displayed in Montana school classrooms. These laws restrict teachers from putting up displays that promote certain political, ideological, or religious viewpoints across the state. Successful rescue operation completed yesterday in the Beartooth Mountains. Carbon County Search and Rescue located 2 people. They became stranded after their vehicle got stuck on a snow-covered road. Hard to believe that with the sunshine and 70-degree temperatures, they have that going on. But search and rescue teams were able to extract the stranded motorists. Both are safe and uninjured. Major merger between utility companies moving forward here in Montana. Northwestern Energy is on track to acquire the Montana gas assets of Black Hills Corporation. Nearly $200 million deal currently under review by the Montana PSC. If approved, that merger would expand the Northwest Energy's natural gas service by nearly 43,000 new customers across 13 Montana communities, including Missoula and Butte. Now, before we get to the national headlines, just a quick favor, like us and follow us and share this with somebody that you think might like the Great Falls Daily Connection to help grow this community. And the more you do that, the more the algorithm will show this show to other people here on YouTube. Now, the Great Falls Daily Connection headlines for the national and world headlines for Monday, October 20th. Here's what's going on for AP, and I scour AP News just to see what is going on because there's a lot of national news. The president says he will have the final say on money he seeks over past federal investigations into his conduct. In essence, he is suing the federal government for $230 million for pain and suffering he caused during his trials while he was out of office. A timeline of U.S. attacks is in the Caribbean. What Congress has to say, you can read more about that at ap.com, and I trust this news source very, very much. Also in the headlines here, what to know about the $250 million ballroom that's being added to the White House, and they demolished without any kind of forethought or letting us know beforehand. The whole east wing of the White House has been demolished. Following meteoric success and some criticism, Nobody Wants This is a show that has evolved into season 2. I don't know if you've been watching that. I've just been catching up on Resident Alien myself. I just don't watch much TV. But that's a look at what's going on nationally. There's in AP News, there's actually the most watched videos. Watch a baby elephant play ball with a small pumpkin. That's also in the AP News. So that's interesting, but there you are. So that's a look at what's going on around the national news. And if this show helps you plan your fun or it makes you aware of something that you'd like to attend, please hit the like button so the algorithm shares this vital local content, and share this video with one person who lives in Great Falls or Cascade County. And for today, I want to leave you with one motivational thought from Robert H. Schuller. Today's accomplishments were yesterday's impossibilities. And it's taken a lot for me to start this show and get all these together, and I am loving this, so I hope you love it too. Thank you for connecting with me and with Great Falls. My thanks to all the people, the businesses, the organizations who promote their events as I curate and bring them to you. And now, as promised, here are the 4 nominations for the first interview that I do in the Great Falls Daily Connection. First of all, Christine Kelly, who is from Town Square Media, a good sports announcer. She suggested that I talk to Mike Halverson from Salvation Army. Aaron Wiseman at Teriyaki Madness suggested that I interview him and Justin Gross with the Great Falls Ski Patrol about the Banff Film Festival. Banff Film Festival fundraiser. Try that 3 times fast. That'll be January here in Great Falls. John Hargett, who has raised tens and tens of thousands for Special Olympics. He'll be part of the Polar Plunge. He wants me to interview him. I like that idea. I think I'll start with him first. And then Dana Gallagher, my friend, suggested Harley Severns or Kelly Pierce with the Great Falls Development Authority. The Great Falls Development Authority, very, very cool idea. So those are the suggestions. I'm going to take all 4 of those, and when I get the capability to do this, and I'm still working on that, I will bring this to you here for the Great Falls Daily Connection. Thank you very much. Until now and tomorrow on the Great Falls Daily Connection, if I don't see ya, I'll see ya.